Hey guys, this is Yoda. In this video, I'll show you guys the new skip that people have been doing in workshops at time 21. I would say this version is about 1 to 1.5 minutes faster. Allows you to do a route that's 1 to 1.5 minutes faster. There is another version, which I'll mention later, that is even faster than this, but it's much harder to execute. So this is the easy version. This is right after you kill the 4-pack after second boss. So everything up to Cujo's the same. You kill Cujo, you come up here. You kill this pack, and then instead of killing the next 2 packs, which you have to fight separately, you do a skip here. So it's just a jumping puzzle up this area up here. You walk along the side. Obviously, I'm a VDH, so it's way easier for me. For the meta comp, by the way, the mage can just double blink into Druid Wild Charge, and then the only person that actually needs to get through is the priest because she can double grip. Or VDH can also double jump. So you jump onto this, then you can, to make it like super free, you can ultimate penitence fly over here, but there's like an invisible hole in the floor here. As a VDH, I just double jump it, but if you just hold W, you will fall through the floor and like fucking completely glitch out and break your dungeon, so don't do that. Also, there's a little like invisible thing here. If you get caught there, it's also GG, remake the dungeon. However, if you do not do that, you can fly to the left here, just through this little hole. I'm gonna show it again one more time. The double jump here to get here. The priest just like walks around, and then ultimate penance is up. Once you get to this spot, this is the hard part, is getting to here, unironically. The jump after is very easy. You just jump. You don't have to glide. I just glid for fun. And then you get through there. And that's how you pass through this bridge without activating the RP. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to, instead of the pulls before this, you get to play like the pack before last boss as one pull instead of like having to do 2 pulls. I'm just like taunting these things to keep Eye of Kazan up. Okay, anyway, I'll show you the pull after. The pull after is kind of tricky, so it's important to know what you're doing here. Also, by the way, I recommend not doing that bridge skip without like at least a few minutes or hours of practice in M0. Maybe, you know, just do it in M0 until you get it. Half the battle is knowing exactly where to jump, but if you see the video, then obviously you'll know where to jump. The pull that you have to do after this is actually kind of tricky. So let's see here. This is the normal pull you do after you fly over here. Then this pull is the tricky pull. So we use Mind Zeus so we can set up our CCs like without pulling them, since there's some elevation here. So we double CC the mechanics and we MC one Tinkerer. We're gonna play the 3 CC'd mobs with the boss, since the mechanics won't heal anything. They can only heal these defense bots, which will be dead. And the Tinkerers, there's going to be like an extra squirrel, and we just do a kick rotation on the only one that's left. One will be played here, and it's also kick rotation. Unfortunately, at our run, I think I broke... Okay, this is actually troll. Usually fellow here is so troll, but anyway. I fell them and I ended up breaking out this mechanic. Ideally, this would be CC'd and come in with the boss, but I kind of messed it up. One other thing to note here is that this was my first time doing the pull on a 20. One thing I didn't realize is that you want to pull the 2 defenders at the same time so that their shields are synced. As you can see, the way I actually pulled it this time, the shields are desynced, so this pull becomes infinitely harder. The reason for that is that if the shields are on top of each other and synced, then you can stand in the shield and tank squirrels, whereas if they're not synced, then you cannot do that. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You want to pull this pack and this pack at the same time. I didn't really know that going in, but now I do know that, and now you guys know it too. So the way you have to play this is basically, I mean, we have to play it completely differently because I didn't pull properly, but if the shields are on top of each other, everyone just literally AFKs in the shield. You just have to watch when it falls down and then like take 1 step away and then move back into the shield. And the tank just keeps it nearby. The most important things here are do not break CC. If this Tinker is able to cast Tune Up for any amount of time, then the pull is going to be a lot longer because it's going to heal up these bots like very quickly. So you really don't want that to happen. Ideally, they're CC'd. And you also want the defenders to be at the same time. If you do end up messing up the shield mechanic, this pull becomes very difficult because it's double defense bot, which is like casting a lot of short outs, which is basically unhealable damage in the highest keys. Once the pull is over, you just bring in both Tinkers, or our 1 Tinker, since we, you know, accidentally broke CC. Or, sorry, you bring in both mechanics and the 1 Tinkerer, and it's with the boss. Very easy pull. Also, your Arcane Mage is going to be very happy because they ideally have 4 target funnel here, which is very good for them. Makes the boss fight. So, like, not only are you not having to kill the trash earlier, now the boss fight is also faster because you have free trash on the boss. So it's very nice playing it this way. So there is another pull that is possible, which I will show now. So you know how we killed the pack after Cujo and then came over? Well, instead of killing that pack, you can just walk over with the alarm bot still alive, kill the alarm bot, and then come over. Once this boss dies, the gate opens. Obviously, I can't really show it here, but once this boss dies, like this gate opens, which is I'll show earlier in the VOD. So that gate is here. Once you kill it, so this pack you don't kill, you just skip all the way to the boss. Then after the boss, you come back through another gate. We'll play the footage a bit so we can get to that part. So you do this jump, that trash pack is still alive. After the boss, see that gate over there? I just like kind of flashed through it, but that gate over there drops when the boss dies. So you, after the boss, you come back through and pull that 4-pack into the next 2-pack. Which is even a little bit faster than the previous route, but it is extremely spicy, somewhat difficult to play. I've never even played it, but just know that that is possible, and it is going to be faster. Anyway, that is the workshop skip. I'm going to show like the skip one more time, so this is kind of like the most important part. You jump up the wall here. There's like a little barrel here. You jump on this, then jump here, unless you're DH, in which case you double jump. Come along the wall here. Then you jump onto this. Be careful over here. There's a hole in the floor. Do not fall through it, or your dungeon is bricked. Do not double jump up here, or your dungeon is also bricked. And the spot you're going to is you want to get to this corner, and then you want to jump from here through here. I just double jump glide it to make it free as a VDH, but as a priest, that's what you would do. If you're gripping, by the way, as the priest, you want to grip onto here, where she is now, like right here, this spot, because from here the jump is very easy, and I don't think you can grip through once you get to the other side. All right, so that's the workshop skip. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.